Hello everyone, my name is Chris and this is my persuasive speech and this is my prop, but you can't see it. There's just a quick view. So let's get started. Alright, picture this. You're extremely sick, suffering from a very contagious disease. It's spreading rapidly across the country. It's a new disease, so there's not really a cure yet, but there are other alternatives such as medicines just to slow the process down until the cure is found. But see, there's a slight problem though. The solution to the problem is very simple, but the problem in itself is very complex. See, the cure, the medicine, it's very, very expensive and it's only sold in small amounts. And you have to get them ASAP because it's vital to your future, essentially. So, if you were put in this situation, what would you do? Would you go with other alternatives or would you pay the quick dollar to get the cure? See, this is very similar to what college students face each semester when it comes to purchasing textbooks. You see, college is the contagious disease, and purchasing the books is the medicine. So, what do you do when you go to the bookstore and find out that you can't afford to buy the textbook, especially after paying about 25 grand on tuition? And see, you have to decide very quickly because bookstores run out of supplies very quickly. So you might ask, what is the point of all this? Well, it's very simple. Colleges and universities should lower the cost of books. In my persuasive speech today, I will first start out by talking about how much students spend in purchasing books each year. Secondly, I will talk about the stress due to the financial issues determined by the pricing of these textbooks. And finally, I will conclude with just an overview of the positive effects of lowering the prices of textbooks. And you might ask, how am I credible? Well, isn't it completely simple? I go to Wayne State. I've had to make that decision of buying textbooks when they're overpriced. So let's get started. According to Minnesota Office of Higher Education, as of the following years of 2003 to 2004 and 2006 to 2007, full-time college students paid an average of about $898 for books for one semester. While that may not sound like a lot, it actually is. Just imagine the accumulation over the years. But see, it gets worse. As of 2014, Casadilla College said that students pay an average of over $1,000 for books a year now. See, the numbers just keep growing and growing and growing. And just to keep elaborating on that, according to Herm Wisberg, between 2002 and 2013, the prices of college textbooks has risen 82%. 82%. That's crazy. And you see, partially it's due to supply and demand because teachers supply the information. You go to the bookstore, you demand it, you can't afford it. It's just an ongoing process and it can just be very stressful. And college students already have enough stress due to doing homework and whatnot, and due to financial issues. Stress derives around finances for college students can be very tough because of the accumulation of, like I said previously, classes and studying. So as an alternative, students pick up part-time and full-time jobs. And see, working full-time and part-time jobs can have a negative effect on grades, study time, creating, time to make a school schedule that you actually need rather than just picking classes that are irrelevant essentially, especially students who work full-time jobs. In the article titled Learning and Earning Working in College, written by the following authors of Jonathan, Peter, and Danny, they said students who work full-time are also more likely to drop out of school. And what's the point of going to school if you're just going to drop out? See, 70% of college students stress out because of financial issues, according to Jeff Gramer of Ohio State University. And see, this can result in spending less time hitting the books and more time working so you can afford to hit the books. And it's just a circle that you don't need to be a part of. It's not good. So in conclusion, colleges and universities need to lower the cost of textbooks because it will ultimately have a more positive effect than negative effect on the students and the colleges as a whole. Upon discussing this topic, I hope you start to lean more towards the idea that colleges do in fact need to reduce the price of textbooks because it's just better for everybody. And just think about it. As of right now, if you're a college student, you're gonna spend over 8 grand in 4 years on textbooks. Now, is that really worth it? Just think about it. Thank you for your time.